to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fall TBR. It's been a while since I filmed something because I've been so busy this summer and I really wanted to do better with filming, but it wasn't working out this summer. I was very busy. But things are starting to get back into routine, which is good for me. I'm desperate for routines. And anyway, that's why I haven't been around, but I'm back. And today, like I said, I'm going to be showing you everything I'm hoping to read this autumn. I am already in the fall mindset. I'm always in the fall mindset. My room is decorated for autumn all year round. I am thinking about fall all year round. I'm waiting for it all the year. I need to work on that. But once it gets to August 20th, I'm it is fall. And no one can stop me from pretending like it is, even though it's 100 degrees outside. So that's me with autumn. Also, this is my end of August through November. What I'm looking at reading. There are a few things that I don't have, and when I get to those, I'll just talk about them and let you know that I don't have. But most of them are on my physical TBR, which I'm quite proud of. And I need to do that. I need to get through my physical TBR. So let's jump into everything I'm excited about reading this fall. And I'm very excited for it, frankly. The first thing is a reread, which is Agatha Christie's Halloween Party. I read this, I think, 5 years ago. So I don't remember anything about it. And my copy is a little beat up. She has a crease, she's got a torn edge, but I love her all the same. I believe the premise of this is a 13-year-old girl is I've seen a murder before, or I don't know her age, but she's a young teenager, and she's I've seen a murder before, and then everyone's no you haven't, and then the next day at the Halloween party she's murdered. So it's a whodunit, obviously, because it's a Hercule. You see, I've never known how to say his last name. Poirot. This is basic pop culture, I should know how to say that, but not all of her books, but a lot of Agatha Christie's are Hercule Poirot murder mysteries, which are the detective. That's the name of the detective. I want to reread this because it just seems fun. This probably is going to be a really quick little October read. The next book is actually a book that I collect. I plan on doing a Stephen King reading vlog in the next month, hopefully. But I collect Stephen King books. I feel I might have mentioned that in a vlog before. Oh, also, I didn't mention, but we're in a new setting. I have moved. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been filming. So these are my 3 copies of The Shining. I have amazing family members, and 2 of my sisters got me these ones. But this is my first copy. I read half of it 5 Octobers ago. Not even half. I'm on page 157. The bookmark's still in there. It's just an index card. If you don't know, which if you don't know, then I don't know how you don't know, but The Shining is a horror thriller from Stephen King that is about the Torrance family, and they go and work a season at the Overlook Hotel. And basically, Jack Torrance, who's the father and husband, he goes mad. And there are some things that maybe the Overlook Hotel, there may be some paranormal things at the Overlook Hotel that have drawn him to go mad. There are also some things in his life. I do believe he had an alcohol addiction, which is why he lost his first job and had to do this seasonal work at the Overlook. I don't remember that 100%, but something like that happened. Again, I read the first 150 pages 5 or 4 years ago, so I don't really remember, and I have never seen the movie. I've been waiting to watch the movie to finish the book, and it's just taking me forever. So I have this copy, my first copy, and then I have this copy. It has yellow edges, and it's the movie. And then this one is one that I actually saw. My sister just got this for me. My twin, this summer. I actually saw this at a bookstore once, but it was really overpriced because it was in a really good condition. So she found me one, and she didn't even know that I really wanted this edition. So this is probably my coolest Shining edition. The next one is Bleak House by Charles Dickens, and literary scholars say that this was his first novel that established him as a serious writer, because up until Bleak House he was writing children's stories A Christmas Carol and stuff like that, and children's stories and novels. So this one kind of established him as this more serious author, which is just fun literary history. But I love children's authors. Jules Verne, love the way that man writes. Charles Dickens, love the way that this man writes. So I guess I mean I love classic children's authors. Its representation of a great city's dark underworld and of the law's corruption and delay draw upon the author's personal knowledge and experience, but is his symbolic art that projects these things in a vision that embraces black comedy, cosmic farce, and tragic ruin. In a unique creative experiment, Dickens divides the narrative between his heroine, Esther Summerson, who is psychologically interesting in her own right, and an unnamed narrator whose perspective both complements and challenges hers. very excited. This is also a Wordsworth Classics edition, and it's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Can we talk about that? That's stunning. My next book is Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Amazingly, have never read this either. These are like, so many of these are classics, and it's like, how have I not read this when I'm the girl who loves books and loves Halloween? Anyway, this is a paranormal story about Hill House, and I believe there is like a occult scholar and his assistant, and then the heir to the Hill House, like the guy who's inheriting it. And then there's another character, I don't really know who that is. I've never watched the show or anything about this. I know nothing about this. I just know that they, I think, like, go to the manor, like the house, to figure out if it's like haunted, and then they get haunted. I honestly, I feel bad even explaining it like that. I know nothing. Hill House is gathering its powers and will soon choose one of them to make its own. The next book is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. This is about a woman who goes to Wildfell. This is about a woman who moves into Wildfell Hall, and she is a single parent. And everyone's like, girl, she's crazy, because at the time, they're like judging you if you're a single parent. And then she lets, everyone's like judging her and is being so rude to her, and she's like, fine, read my diary and figure out why I'm here. And then our main male character reads her diary and is like, we've been so rude and wrong about her. And it's like a tragic tale, I do believe, and I'm very excited to read it. I love the Bronte sisters, all of them. It says, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall is a powerful depiction of a woman's struggle for domestic independence and creative freedom. I just think I'm gonna annotate the hell out of this, so super excited for that. And then on the Bronte sisters, I would also love to read Jane Eyre this fall. A little gothic, wonderful, thriller type, crazy unraveling of a story is what I hear situation. And there are such beautiful copies of Jane Eyre. Like, there are truly insane copies of Jane Eyre. So you all probably know the one I'm talking about, and actually I'll just put it right here. It's beautiful, and I really would like to get that exact one and read it. And then I would like to read Dracula. Have never read it. I have 2 copies of Dracula, and I would like to start collecting copies of Dracula, but I'm like, girl, you gotta read it before you do that. This is a Wordsworth Classics as well. I got this at Second and Charles, and it's blue, and I just feel like there aren't many blue Dracula books. We all know Dracula. He's a count who lives up in a scary dark castle, and he's a vampire. So that's that. I'm actually so excited to read this, and hopefully this is like my early October read. And then I have The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. This is an Eclipse novella by Stephanie Meyer. If you don't know who Bree Tanner is in the Twilight universe, she's rescued from the Cullens from being like taken or killed by the Volturi because Victoria made her part of her army. If you know what any of those words mean, good for you. So I'm very excited to read this. And lastly, I would love to continue the Truly Devious series. I would like to read this soon. The next one is Vanishing Stair. The Vanishing Stair. I've only read this one, and it's so good. These books take place at Ellingham Academy, which is like a special private school for gifted students, and they're all like teenaged, I believe, and they have like very specific gifts. Like our main character, Stevie Bell, she is like going to become an FBI agent, and she's very skilled in like uncovering things and being like deceitful, which is kind of a part of this, but also deceitful for all the right reasons, you know? Anyway, I loved this book. I thought it was incredible, and it is a YA, like, kids thriller mystery, or not kids, but young adult, and I thought it was amazing. So good. I loved it, and I just love the dark academia vibe it was giving, and it was paced so well, and all of the chapter pages, let me just show you one, have these leaves, which are cute because this like vine is on the cover. I'm very excited to keep reading this. And those I will definitely be buying physically because I love the way that those books look. Like, I'll put one here. I'll put The Vanishing Stair. I'll just put The Vanishing Stair. So cute. And I forgot to mention this while we were talking about reading The Shining and Stephen King, and I want to do a whole Stephen King reading vlog. But in that vlog, I'd love to read The Long Walk because that film is coming out September 12th, the adaptation of that. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. Let me know what you're excited about reading this fall. There are like some new releases that I haven't really, like, that I don't know much about, but like The Witch's Guide to Innkeeping, I'd love to read that. I don't know anything about it, but just like based on the cover and what people are saying, would love to read it. There are books like that that I probably will get to. But yeah, comment down below if you guys are already planning your TBR and what are you reading. Let me know so that I can add it to mine. And also I'd love to do just a reading vlog dedicated to Bleak House, so we will see. But comment down below if you'd like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching.